So I've had a bit of a slow start today. I'm not feeling super well. I'm not sick or anything. I woke up with a headache. I get chronic headaches and not doing the best. So I did work from home for a couple hours this morning because I needed to be available. But now that that's over, I'm just gonna take the afternoon off and rest, and hopefully get some more work done on the temperature blanket. Last night, I think I did 3 rows. I was working on it forever, but I was just moving so slow because I was tired that I really didn't get much done. So, not gonna beat myself up over it. Like I said, I've got a goal to try to get it done without too much hassle, but I've just got to be realistic. I also have like basically 9 days now to finish the blanket and do the sleeves on the Uno sweater. Oh, another hiccup is that I ordered more yarn for the temperature blanket. This is becoming ridiculous. I haven't talked about this at all in the channel, but this is the 4th order for extra yarn I've put in. And like the first time I just kind of wasn't paying attention and I ordered the color that I needed. And then the second time I was like, this is getting too much. Let me do an inventory of everything I have and see if I have enough. And I thought I did. So I ordered the second color. And then when the third one came up, I did the same thing. I was like, this is crazy. I can't keep paying $6, $7, $8 shipping charges on a $5 ball of yarn just because I might not have enough to finish this blanket. Let me look at everything I have and look at the months that are left and see if I have enough. Ordered the third color, which hasn't even come yet. It hasn't even shipped yet. Actually, I ordered it like a week ago. And then today, as I'm working, I'm opening up the last ball of one color, and I'm thinking most of the rest of the blanket is the same 2 colors. One of which is the one that I ordered a week ago that hasn't shipped yet. And the other one, I just broke into the last ball, and I was like, there's still like 25, 26 rows I need for this color. I'm probably going to need more. I'm just going to order it now just in case. So it does feel ridiculous to pay $14, with 10 of which was shipping and tax for one ball of yarn. And I'm going to have so much left over from this. That's what I'm kind of just trying not to think about the fact that I've spent like $35 in shipping on these few balls of yarn recently. Whatever, it's a gift. It's high priority now. I've got to get it done. I've got to not think about those shipping charges. I also wanted to mention what I'm wearing because I almost never wear this one. You might not be familiar with it. This is the Danica pullover from I Love Tinderbox Crochet. It's pretty nice. Honestly, I just kind of hate my yarn choice. It's not the most comfortable. It was like a novelty yarn from Lion Brand. I think it's called Summer Kiss. It's an acrylic cotton blend. It's a chainette, and it's got these little blips of pastel in all of the colors. They've got the same blips of pastel. It's not a bad yarn. It's fun for summer garments, but it was a weird choice for a pullover. Honestly, I think I just did it because I had such a big quantity and I wanted to make something big out of it. And wearing this today has really made me think, I want to make another one of these, but in like a cozier yarn, because this is really lightweight and not meant for winter. All right, let's open up my yarn advent for the day. Oh, you know what? It's not yarn. It's kind of heavy. It's square. It might be like a chocolate bar. It is. Oh my God, it looks so good though. This is like fancy. This looks freaking delicious. I'm gonna spend the rest of the day resting. I might not have much vlogging to do today. Just want to take it easy. So do a little vlogging as my day goes on if anything changes. But I do have a pretty busy day tomorrow because I have a dentist appointment. But as we learned over the summer, there's a local yarn store on the way to my dentist's office. And then I have some errands to run while I have the car. So there's going to be plenty to do tomorrow. But for today, I'm just going to keep it low and slow. Work on my Christmas knits and try to ride out this mess. I'm feeling a little better. I took a nap this afternoon. I did end up working on the blanket a lot. I think I did 7 or 8. I honestly can't remember exactly where I picked up today. I know I've done at least 7 rows. it might be 8. But I think I'm going to give myself permission to set it aside, again, in the interest of not catching up, but just staying on pace. And I think I need to switch over to the sweater. The sweater also has the same deadline, and it's more important for the sweater. And also I miss knitting, to be honest. This is kind of why I was afraid of getting behind on this temperature blanket, because I much, much prefer knitting to relax, and having to do a large amount of Tunisian crochet to relax isn't working, and it's not relaxing, and it's stressing me out. So I've done my minimum for today. I'm gonna switch over to the Uno sweater and pick up for sleeves. So I kind of set up my phone to take a time lapse of picking up the sleeves for the Uno sweater, and then I sat down on the couch and immediately realized that I need my phone to look at the pattern for the Uno sweater. And it actually turned out to be more complicated than I expected. It's not just picking up the stitches, but there was German short row sleeve caps. Got a better idea of it. I'll do better on the second sleeve. Hi, Olive. Thank you. No, honey, I'm filming, sweetie. Okay, good girl. Actually, could you stop making noise? Can you not touch the camera stand? Oh my goodness, boo. Honey, you settle down. So I'm just about done for the day. I'm getting ready to watch Wheel of Fortune while I make dinner, because I don't think I've vlogged on a weeknight yet, except for Friday, and that's when we go out to dinner. But I watch Wheel of Fortune every day because it's my favorite. So got about 10 minutes until that starts. I am making hamburger helper tonight because we make that with just Impossible beef substitute. So I guess I'm getting ready to say goodnight. But tomorrow, like I said, it's going to be a busy day with the dentist appointment and the errands in the afternoon. So I will see you in the morning. Good morning. So we're sharing the car today. We have to do the whole drive him to work, drive me back and forth. I think we might end up doing some shopping after I pick him up today too. Dog attention. So let's do day 6. Already on day 6. December's going so fast. And then I've got a while before I need to go to work, so I might check my emails, see if there's enough work to do from home or knit. I don't know. Minnie. Another pink. This one is lighter. I love this palette so much. All right, let's jump into the day. I bought this little side table on Amazon because I have this sitting area for colleagues in my office, but there's nowhere for them to set like their phone or their drink. So we're gonna assemble this table quick. When I'm at the mall tonight, I will probably look for like coasters or something. I think I have a little cork mat that I can put under the plant, but I kind of want to zhuzh it up a little bit. I'm getting ready to leave a little early for my lunch break. I was hoping to stop at Oliver's Originals on my way to the dentist, but a bunch of packages were delivered at our house, including our produce order, so I really have to go stop at home, let the dogs out, and like put our packages away. I don't know if I'll have time to stop on my way there, but I'll stop on my way back. And then after that, I want to go to Joann Fabrics because there's one out there,
and I need something for another gift project that I haven't even introduced on here yet, but I'll talk about that when I'm going to Joann's. And then TJ Maxx is right next door, and there's something specific I wanted to check there, but also I always just want to go to TJ Maxx, so let's go. Been to Oliver's Originals since the first time I came here, which was for the New York Fiber Trail series. And I cannot be the only one that is conditioned to expect a treat after a dentist appointment. So let's go in and see what's changed in the last 6 months. Purchase, my after dentist treat, obviously. I did buy a couple other things because it's not just a yarn store, it's like a gift shop. So I got some stocking stuffers for my husband and my sister, but they have this cool yarn. I think this is where I got Kramer yarns over the summer. I got that sock yarn that I made the t-shirt out of. I can't remember what the t-shirt's called. Moonset tee. But this is a fun fuzzy one. I think it's mostly, if not entirely, synthetic. Oh, it's not even, it's 80% acrylic, 20% mohair. So there's actually some natural fiber in there. It's an off-white. It was very affordable for the yardage. It says it's a sport weight, but this 100 grams has 560 yards, and this was $12.25. So theoretically, I just got a sweater's quantity for like $27, $37. I can do math. I can. I'm just, that's girl math, isn't it? That's like yarn girl math. I'm like, oh yeah, it was like $27 to get 3 skeins at $12 a piece. I have a stash of this like similarly off-white vintage acrylic that's been in my stash forever, and I thought this might be nice to pair with it and make something fluffy. And since it's mostly acrylic, I don't feel like I'm like wasting a mohair on an acrylic yarn kind of thing. I don't know if anybody else is like that, like has qualms about mixing fibers and using too nice of fibers with too economy of fibers. Like, I don't have an issue with economy fibers, but I don't want to blend them with like the nicest fibers I have because that seems like a waste. Got 3 skeins of this. Maybe I'll make a sweater. Shouldn't think about that till January though. For now, I have to go to Joann Fabrics because I need to get a zipper for the jacket I'm knitting for my husband for Christmas. You haven't seen this yet at all because I've been so dead set on getting the Uno sweater and the temperature blanket done. I'm gonna leave myself with like a little less than a week to finish this, which is characteristic. I'm knitting the Cambridge jacket for him. It's hard not just because I'm spending so much time knitting other things, but because I've been trying to not work on it when he's around. He's the type that might not notice if I'm knitting something for him in front of him, but he has noticed in the past, and I don't want to chance it. I need a zipper for that, and since I have the car today and I'm out by Joann Fabrics anyway, we're gonna stop and get a zipper to sew into that when it's done. You'll see that at some point during Vlogmas. Hopefully finished, because I didn't finish his Christmas sweater last year. I still haven't finished it. Ugh, I'm bad. So I want to run to Joann and stop into TJ Maxx, like I said now. I had hoped to get home in time to film a video this afternoon with natural light, but I think that's out because it's already after 3 o'clock, which means the sun's going to set in like less than an hour and a half. And there's no way I'm going to do my shopping and drive all the way home and feed the dogs and get everything done with enough daylight left to film. So I might push that off until Friday afternoon, which is the last possible day I can film. I want to do my everything I'm knitting for Christmas video, and we have family visiting this weekend. They're coming into town Friday night, and I want to show everything that I've already knit, including what I've knit for them, but I want to put it in that video, and then I won't upload the video until after they've had their gifts, because they peaked last year and I'm not risking it again. But I do want to still have the physical objects when I film the video. So that means I have today, tomorrow, and Friday to film. It might be Friday afternoon. I might have to just like take a little time off Friday afternoon and try to get it done before they get into town. Anyway, right now I gotta go to Joann's. I got what I came to Joann for. I got the zipper. I also found a couple little gifts at Joann, and then I popped into TJ Maxx to look for a specific gift, which I didn't find the exact one that I wanted, but I found something similar, and a couple other things that were nice stocking stuffers. So Josh did text me and say that I can come pick him up early today so we can get our shopping done a little earlier, which is great, but then I definitely wouldn't have time to film a video anyway. So I'm basically gonna just run home and feed the dogs and be home for like less than an hour, and then have to go get him and go to the mall and finish our Christmas shopping. So it's just a bunch of running around today. Let's go.
It was a long work day. My Thursdays are always long work days. My week is getting a little mixed up this week and probably next week too, because of the holidays and because my husband is taking Saturdays off instead of his normal Thursdays off. So usually Thursdays are my long day because that's his day off, so I take the car and I get to work through the whole day without worrying about all of our animals being home alone and how I have to deal with them when I get home. I usually end up working 8 or 9 hours on Thursdays at the office, which I did today, but I didn't have the car, so I had to get my Uber home. I'm tired. I worked from 7 until like 3:30-ish. Gonna open my Advent. I'm excited. I'm glad I left it for after work today because it gave me something to look forward to. And I did manage to... Olive. Olive is so hyper. It's too muddy to let her run around in the backyard, so she's running around the house like a maniac. So I did manage to work on the Uno sweater a little bit. I did a few rounds on the sleeves while I was in a Zoom meeting today. But other than that, not much. I did not do that many rows. I think I did 5 rows on the blanket last night. 7 is proving a tall task. Open my Advent, get something to drink, get settled, watch all the Vlogmases I'm behind on, and do as much of that blanket as I can before it's time to make dinner. All right, let's do day 7. We're getting close. We're like more than halfway to my birthday, which means we'll get to start doing this one soon. Very excited. See what my mom put together. Here's day 7. It's another mini. This one's more of a like mauve purpley. Again, I gotta get them all out so you can see them next to each other because without that reference point, they probably look pretty similar. I am so thrilled with this color palette. I could not have chosen a more perfect color palette for myself. Constantly thinking about what I'm gonna do with these. Like, I have the idea to do a sweet shop blanket, which is very on trend right now, but it would be so fun. But then also, will I have enough? But then also, I have a bunch of yarnaceous fibers upstairs from the Paleo Botany Club. It's fingering weight, but I could hold it double. So maybe if any of those coordinate, the main color that came with this, I think it looks tonal, but it might just be my brain imagining it's tonal. It's really very similar in color to all of that sport weight undyed I bought to make the snowfall sweater scarf, which, as we discussed the other day, I'm not going to need everything I bought. I bought 8 skeins and I think it's going to take 4, maybe 5 skeins. So like, if that's the case, I could use the leftovers of that with this. I don't know. Maybe that's not washable. Yeah, if that can't go in the washing machine, that's not a good choice to make. But maybe I'll do it anyway. I don't know. Either way, I think that these minis would make a really, really pretty sweet shop blanket. I just don't know. Annette California just started her sweet shop blanket with her advents, and she said she could probably get 2 squares out of each skein. And I mean, even though like it's written for DK, these are DK. I think she was holding fingering weight double, but it should be roughly the same because DK is just double. I don't know. All sorts of very slow math at the end of a long day happening in my brain right now. I'm gonna go make a soda and get settled, and let's watch some Vlogmas.
Not me literally just trying to watch Leslie's Vlogmas and then watching her watch my Vlogmas in her Vlogmas. That wouldn't happen. Okay, I'm making dinner, winging it again. We still haven't gotten groceries. I'm just gonna keep making dinner out of virtually nothing. No, I'm kidding. We did get the produce box. We haven't gone grocery shopping, but we get a bi-weekly produce box through a local service that is really excellent. It's kind of like a farm share, except it's better because you get to pick and choose. Like, they have an online interface and you can just like log on and pick all of the fruits and vegetables you want and like substitute them. And they let you do add-ons for all sorts of like dairy and eggs and baked goods and meats too, although we don't get those. So we got our produce box this week. And one of the things that I've never heard of, but I thought sounded interesting, was a mashed potato squash, which is apparently just like a squash that when you roast it, turns into the texture of mashed potatoes. In the spirit of spaghetti squash, it's just a squash imitating another food item. But I thought we'd give it a try. So I'm gonna do this and probably make some kale. And we have some like baked beef tips, beefless tips as they're called. with gravy, right? This is like mashed potatoes. Should be pretty good. We'll see what happens. Are you puppies ready for America's game? Why are you not excited? Olive, get hype! It's time for wheel! The most wonderful time of the year.
You won, huh? Go ahead. The most wonderful time of the year.
Okay, I'm gonna try this squash and then I'm gonna say goodnight because Josh should be home any second now. But I'm very curious about this. It tastes like squash. And it's weird because it looks like mashed potatoes, but it doesn't have the texture of mashed potatoes. It is weirdly somewhere in between mashed potatoes and spaghetti squash. Have you had this before? Let me know in the comments. And also, keep the questions coming. I haven't had many questions since day one. I don't think I've had any questions on the second video. So I need some questions or else we're gonna run out of stuff to talk about. Okay, I'm gonna say goodnight. I think I am gonna include tomorrow in this video. So it'll be 4 days. I'm thinking it won't be too long because it's been a pretty dull week of a lot of sitting at work doing boring stuff. But for now, I will say goodnight and I will see you on Friday.
Good morning, happy Friday, and happy Hanukkah. I missed the first day of Hanukkah last night, I'm sorry. I thought about it during the day and then I never mentioned it in the vlog. These are making me happy every time I walk by to see my little lineup of these. Ooh, this looks so cute. Can't wait until I can think about what I can do with yarn that is for me. Why do I do this to myself? I truly love gift giving. And that's why I do it. I love making things for people, but also I just go so overboard and I like dominate my time with it for months and then I just become a little bit miserable. Day 8, which is very different. I can't tell quite what it is. Looks like a little tube or pot of something in here. Really cute. It's like a little glass jar with a cork top, but I can't tell what's in it. Oh, it's a face mask. Like a green clay face mask. It says it has spirulina, green tea, peppermint, rosemary. Oh, it's like powder. You mix it with water. I mean, I guess that makes sense. There wouldn't fit much in here with the water. It just smells very like simple and clean. It's a nice idea. I love the little jar. I don't know how likely I am to actually use a mud mask, but it's cute. Okie dokie. So I'm working from home today because of our weird car shuffle again. Normally I drive him in on Fridays like we did last week, but because we have family coming into town tonight and they're probably gonna get into town before he gets out of work and I don't know how soon they're gonna come over here, I'm like, I should just stay here and not finagle going back and forth. Hang out around the house, tidy up on my breaks, and my goal is to film my Everything I Knit for Christmas this year video because I have to do it now because I have to gift them the things that I made for them, and I would like to film it before I let go of those. So I'm hoping on my lunch break to get that done, to be honest, while I have some daylight. All right, anyway, I gotta go back to work, but I'm going to chip at chores during the day, probably chip away at editing this video because even though I'm hoping it'll be a lot shorter than the last one, it is a lot of short clips that I've taken over the course of 4 days. So it's gonna be a lot of video production today, not enough knitting.
I did not film that video on my lunch break because I forgot I had a phone date with a friend from college on my lunch break, and we scheduled them ahead of time because if we don't, we never make time to talk. And it was really nice to talk to her, but I spent my whole lunch break talking to her. So I'm continuing to work, but then like edit in between work tasks if I have downtime. So I'm picking away at the editing. I'm actually nearly done with this video since I got my head start, and I'm gonna be done with work in like half an hour to an hour, and then I'm going to film the Christmas video and then probably frantically clean the house because our family is coming soon. I wonder, do other vloggers go to great pains to keep cute clips of your pets in your videos by blurring moving objects when your personal information is on their dog tag? Because I won't pretend that a lot of my video editing time isn't just protecting my personal information while also putting my dogs on a pedestal. It's weird to be editing the video that I'm in right now. Like, I've edited right up until this very moment. Now it's time to go do other stuff because I'm out of editing. I finished work like half an hour ago. My dogs are fed and watered and taken care of. Everybody's good. So first of all, one of my Knit Picks packages showed up a few minutes ago. So this is one ball of yarn. I don't know which, but it kind of doesn't matter because I have equal need of both. I'm not quite out of either one. So up next in rapid succession is go get dressed and look Christmassy, film the Christmas video, clean the house, knit if I have time, and then make dinner. It's Brindle, which is the one I ordered second. I did pay for the express shipping on this one, so that makes sense. But ironically, the one that I ordered about a week before I ordered this one still hasn't come yet.
Okay, kind of getting my setup here. Because I use my cell phone to film everything and I don't have like a monitor on the camera to look back at, I always have to take little videos of myself sitting in frame and like see how I like it, and then watch it back on my phone and then reframe it and trial and error until I find a framing I like, which is why I'm not good at framing. Hi, I'm Bailey. If you're new here, this is the Copycat Stitch, a channel where I love to talk about my knitting and my dogs love to interrupt me doing so. Olive, you're making me crazy. That's not funny. Not funny. Hi, welcome. I am Bailey. Okay, that was weird. I knit a lot. I'm struggling with this intro. Okay. Great. Settle down. I probably have 100 hours of footage of me waiting for my dogs or cats to stop interrupting. Hello, I'm Bailey. I'm the Copycat Stitch here on YouTube and on Instagram, and I knit a lot. I did it. That was hard. I feel like it was like ultra sarcastic because I'm not in the mood to do it today, but I have to do it today because it's the last day I have. It's 4:30. I'm gonna go change it again because I think this is a bit much for a regular weeknight where we're just cooking dinner at home, and maybe a little more tidying up around the house. But I think I'm actually gonna have a little time to finish up the vlog and knit before they get here. Well, I enjoyed making this episode more than the last couple. I think I'm getting the hang of this. I'm gonna finish editing the episode that you're watching right now, and then I'm gonna make dinner because Josh's parents will be here in an hour. So I hope you had fun. Leave your questions in the comments, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode.